All right, so here we are. It's the March 2021 cohort, the presentation of their 3-week-long NewsRoom challenge. And just to put this in the context, these are students that have been working with us for 9 weeks, 9.5 weeks. Started out the journey to become junior developers 2.5 months ago, and they have been challenged over the last 3 weeks to build a system where a fake news agency can create and deliver news services. And they've been doing that very enthusiastically over the last few weeks, and this is their final presentation. So take it away, gentlemen.
Yes. Well, first of all, good morning, Bobby Ray. I hope you're doing well. Welcome back. It's good to see you again. Hope you're doing well in South Carolina.
That's my alter ego. That's me. What was it, Bobby Ray or Billy Ray or what?
Was it Bobby Ray or Billy
Bobby
Ray?
Ray. Let's do Bobby Ray. Okay. Let's do Bobby Ray. I'm the proud owner, or
investor. Yeah,
investor in real media. Real media outlets. All right, let's see what we come up with.
Let's kick it off. So just go through a quick the agenda today. I'm gonna deliver a quick intro for you here, and then we're gonna dive into some demos, and they'll be quite thorough through the 3 different, should we say, client-facing applications. Once those are done, we'll go through a bit of a tech talk if you're interested, some possible improvements going forward, and then even a little retro at the end there. Just a quick sort of word, unless there's sort of like anything you really don't understand, we try and hold the questions to the end so we can really keep the flow going. Our fearless leader, who's not with us here today, loves a good quote, so we thought we'd bring one in, and this one's from the great Leonardo da Vinci. I awoke only to see the rest of the world is still asleep, and it's not a bad little saying, that one. Krista wishes often that the rest of the world was still asleep so he could go back. Fake news, what's it about? Well, it's about the truth. Basically, we want to deliver unfiltered facts and news that aren't overridden by corporate bullies. We want to be completely free of political ties, fact-driven content, and basically just the truth and the whole truth and nothing more. And I think we fulfilled your parameters to the most part. And with that said, I want to leave you over to my colleagues to deliver the demos. Siva, please take it away.
You too. Sorry.
Good morning, Bobby Ray. I will now show you the client-facing application. This is our main site. It is deployed on FakeNews user Netlify app. And this is the page that will face your customers, your viewers that will come in. It will greet them with the logo FakeNews, with a big featured article. And this featured article is the latest published article that was published by editor, and the categories that your publication write on. So if you click on this categories, you will see the list of articles in this specific category. And if there is none, it will give you an error so that user know that everything is all right and it's just like new articles are coming. So if we come back to main page and scroll down, we see the next section will be a list of the latest articles. It's like 3 latest articles here. Then the premium articles, those are the articles that only subscribers can access. And the last one is just a list of all the articles that are there on the website. On top here, we have the ability for user to change language, and currently we support 2 languages, which is English, of course, and Swedish. And if we click Swedish, we see that not only the interface is being translated, but also we have a different selection of articles that are tailored for the Swedish audience. Okay, coming back to English, we have the section that we call Backyard Conspiracies, where the users in this really can embrace the free speech that your platform provides, and they can express their opinions in this backyard conspiracies. So this section gets your location from the web browser and only shows you what is happening, like all these stories from your country. So currently it understands that I'm in Sweden, shows me only Swedish articles that I can view by clicking this button, and this content is user generated. But not all users are able to write the articles. This is one of our like paywalls that you have to be subscribed in order to write a backyard story. So another things that we are hiding behind the paywall is, for example, ability to rate articles. You have to subscribe to be able to rate and to leave a comment. If I try to do it, it will tell me, so I need to subscribe. And the last and the most important paywall is this premium article. So the editor, we will talk about it later. My colleagues will talk about it later, but they can choose which article are premium. So when you click on it, you will be redirected to the page that will ask you to subscribe. And you can choose one of 3 plans. And the longer subscription you get, the less money per month you will pay. So now I will make a demo account. And gmail.com and password. We can give it the card number. This is the test card number. And I can register. And will greet me and thank me for subscribing. And now I will have access to premium content. So for example, I can access the premium article. I can read it. I can rate it. Thank you for rating. It shows the average rating here. So all users average rating. And of course, I can leave a comment. Made a small typo there, no worries. And the last thing, of course, is that I am able to express any of my opinion by writing a backyard story. And this will come in later, but when you just write article, there is no moderation, and you can just type whatever you want, press submit, and it will appear on top. And with that, I am giving a word to my colleague Arun, who will show you the mobile application that we also developed. Arun, take away.
Thank you, Seva, and thank you. So this is our mobile app, and as you can see here, if we click on the first as a user, if you're coming there, then if you click on the first article, you will be able to read that. But if you will go back and click on other articles, it will ask you for login. So and then without login, we have access to the backyard article. So if you click here, and you have the options here in the categories, backyard articles, and login. And if you click on the backyard articles, it will ask you for your location. And if you allow, it will give you those articles are available at your location in the backyard articles. So these are the articles, those are available. And this is the article that has recently published by my colleague Seva. So as you can see, if you click here, I can read that article. And if I go back and click on my categories, we can see the categories here. These are different categories. And let's log in. So let's go to the articles, and here, and we are logging here at gmail.com. Password. Okay, that was a little technical issue. So let's try again.
I might say the same. No. Wait.
Sorry.
That's typical.
Yeah. So here we are logged in. So that was a little technical issue. I'm sorry for that. And here you can read the article. And if you click on Illuminati, you will go to the category. There, other articles are available in that category. So if you click on other articles, like there are several articles, if you click here on this one, has a category aliens. And if you click here on the aliens, then you will get all articles. Those are available in this category. So this is all the functionalities we have for our mobile app. And now my colleague, David, will take care from here. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Arun. Good morning, Billy Ray. I will introduce you to the page that editor will be using to edit articles and add journalists too. Here's the login interface here. Just log in with it. And here you can see all the articles that are presented in our website. Here you can see if it's premium, free, if it's published, and next to articles, we can see the backyard articles. Sorry, I will show you these actions too. We can draft them, and they will be in a draft. We are not deleting because it's a freedom of speech. So it will always be inside our draft, you can say. And then we're going to the backyard articles. Here you can see backyard articles, and here is the article that my colleague just published. We can check it here and we can preview it. This won't be here for long because our website doesn't like unpatriotic stuff. We don't support fake news, as we say. Anyways, we go in ahead now. I will show you analytics overview here. Here, as you can see, there are key performance indicators. Here are the already published articles, the backyard articles. We have comments, 24, 8 journalists, subscribers, and is the income monthly. Here you can see the time and the date and the time, how many articles, what day and which day were published. You can see there's a rush here, so maybe it was something here connected to the government, maybe, you never know. And you can see our subscriber tiers. As you see, yearly subscribers are more than monthly or half-year subscribers, because yearly subscribing is more beneficial, actually. So that's why a lot of people subscribe yearly. Then we have editor's dashboard here. Here I can add our Patriot journalists that can give us their wisdom and more articles in future. I can add one right now. So and I will register my colleague here. Oh, now he's registered, and you can see the continue. My colleague will continue now. Lucas?
Yes. Yes, exactly. It is my first day at the job, and I'm excited to get working on this amazing platform. I will now be logging in as Lucas. You can see here that I'm greeted. That's nice. I don't have access to backyard articles. That's for editors only. I don't have written anything yet, so there's a little message for me there. So I guess all that's left for me is actually to go and write an article. So let's write something truthful, like maybe the moon doesn't exist. We all know that's facts. Right? I think this should be a premium article. Let's for maybe a good moon picture here, and just put in some text here so our readers knows that this is actually the truth. Here we are. And I would like to submit this because I think this is good writing, good journalistic stuff. But we see here that the editor actually have to go and approve my writing here. It will be automatically made as a draft, status draft. So this is now where I could also go in and edit stuff if I wanted to, change the image, all these things.
Or fix a typo in the title.
Fix the title, that's true. The moon doesn't exist. Full exclamation mark. Article has successfully been updated. There we are. Very good spot there, Bobby. So I guess now it's just for me to await that my editor will go and publish my article.
Yes, back to me again, maybe.
Back to you, editor David.
Yes, thank you, Lucas. Now we're back to the dashboard here. As you can see, here is Lucas, is his name, and here is his article. I can check, even if it's freedom of speech, but maybe Lucas is some left guy, or you never know. So I have to double check it if everything is true here. Yeah, I agree with this article. So I just yes. So I just published it now, and right now it's in our website, which you will see in 2 seconds. Here you go. Just immediately is on our website. I'm not logged in, so you can't see it. I can quote or something, but here is the article. Yeah. Thank you. Now my colleague will continue.
Yes. How we built this, basically. We used React to build the public and the admin site to get that nice, smooth interface. We tested everything with Cypress. And for the payment, we are using Stripe for a good, secure payment. And we are using a framework called I18 Next for the translation that you can change to Swedish. And for the mobile app, we used React Native and the Expo framework to help with the development and the deployment. So it runs both on iOS and Android. For the backend, we used Ruby on Rails. We used RSpec for testing and to get the location for the backyard articles. And when you change to Swedish, we need to get the user's location. And for that, we used Geocoder. And for authentication, we are using device token auth to get a secure authentication. And for continuous integration and the continuous deployment, we are using Semaphore and Netlify for the client, and Heroku and Semaphore for the backend. And right now, the test coverage on this is at 98.5%. So that's pretty much it. And Kim will now take over.
Same side.
Yeah. Sorry. My bad.
So yeah, thank you. And I like our articles that's like true, and like there's facts and stuff. The ideas like the future is only the imagination that breaks us. So here's just a few things we can like add to the page to make it more, to make it even better than it already is. So yeah, adding like a backyard forum with WebSockets, like a profile page with like where you can have saved articles, like your rated articles, and sorted out, and the more user friendly stuff to make it more personal and feel connected to the website even more. Implement a search functionality and develop more on the mobile application as well. And pagination or infinity scroll, depending on what you decide, pretty much. Support more languages. We can reach out from places all over the flat surface. And more sign up options and payment options, like use Klarna and Swish or something. And notifications, pretty much like for the app, push notifications when new articles are posted and followed categories. That's pretty much it for a few. We can go on forever, I suppose, but I have to break it somewhere. So over to you, Lucas.
Yes. Yes, we would like to round the whole presentation off with just a little overview, a little presentation of the project retrospective that we sat and talked about yesterday. And some of the positives, there's first of all, a big part of it was the planning. Like, has really been a crucial element in making us go this far, I'd say. Like with all these reflections that we did prior to the actual coding, and without this pivotal tracker that we've been using to map out the ideas and prioritization, we would not have come this far, I think, and we think. And another positive thing, which kind of is within the same theme, is these evening follow-ups or evening scrums, you could say, that we've basically had like every single evening, where we kind of go through what's been done, what will be done tomorrow, so that everyone is kind of know what's going on, and we can also, it helps us kind of to prioritize and always keep tabs on which features are being worked on, so that we can also be more flexible and like, okay, well, this is not done yet, so we can move over to this. Maybe this needs more hands or something like that. So that's been really good. And another big part is obviously the test-driven aspect of the whole thing. I think it's been a huge help, but obviously sometimes it's been hard and frustrating to write these tests, whereas the test would take longer than the actual implementation, even at times. But I think also without it, we would have let so many bugs, through our fingers, and it would have corrupted the production so many times, and especially towards the latter part of the process, when it's becoming really, intense and complex. It's really, really nice. We've all talked about it, to kind of be able to click that test button and see like where, one little thing can change so many things. So, so we've definitely come to appreciate that even more. And obviously, it's been fun learning about all these new functionality bits through like a real kind of project, or real world project, you could say. And in terms of blockers, responsiveness has been one that we should have dealt with, or well, I'll get to the action part later. But responsiveness is definitely one part. Naming standards, that like they tend to differ a little bit also depending on client and stuff. That's been a blocker also, because naming one thing on one thing and then, or on one side and then another thing on the back end, then that's going to clash. And the code is gradually becoming more messy, a little more spaghetti. Has been a blocker as well. Testing on native has been quite a challenge. Well, definitely harder than normal. It's not as intuitive, I'd say. Styling standards, we come from different styling backgrounds, so that has been a little complex as well. And then obviously the continuous chores and bugs that has been, that's come up basically all the time. So in the future and for the next project, we're thinking, and in our future work with you also, Bobby, Billy, we're gonna first of all kind of use a UI library more extensively, be it semantic or material or something else, but I think we might need to give it another chance to kind of get into that responsiveness and help us move forward quicker. And we should have probably also taken a day or two at some point throughout this project to sit down and, as our coach also suggested, even to just take a whole day to refactor, to take the naming standards, to get them up to speed, all that things. I think that's something that we should take with us in the future life also, to kind of today I won't be code, I will just be maintaining and getting things up to speed. Then obviously having clear rules about planning, about how we name stuff. That's for both the coding getting messy, but also a little bit about the chores and bugs. I mean, we did plan a lot, but I guess that comes with practice. But more about the details. Maybe write them down. Maybe write even like how we name the things. And then obviously we need to figure out a way to style. We have to come up with a uniform solution, be it Sass, inline, be it CSS. So that was the conclusion to our newsroom fake news challenge right there. Thank you, everybody.
I can only applause. I think you're definitely worth a big round of applause. I'm an audience of one here live, but I assume that our viewers will be equally as amazed by this presentation as I am. I can only say great work, guys. I'm truly impressed and truly amazed by not only the applications that you've built, but also the presentation that you just did, and also the insights that you, even though Lucas was the one who presented them, but I know that you guys have had long discussions about that, and I think it speaks highly of you and of the standards that you want to live up to, and so on. So amazing job. I wouldn't be myself if I didn't give you some feedback.
It's okay, we're expecting it.
That is what you guys are paying me for, because you are my clients nonetheless. There was just a small thing on the client side, Seva, when you created that backyard article. I don't know if I'm correct, if I spotted this correctly or not, but it said Bob Kramer on that article and not Seva. Could that be on the client, on your client side?
I think it said Seva.
Well, it said Seva later on when you guys accessed it through the administrative interface, but I think it said Bob Kramer in that. So there might be a small little I don't know if it's a bug or something, or I just didn't see it properly. I don't know.
Yes, it's Bob Kramer. Yeah, I just
it does
clicked
this,
on it.
yeah. So look into that.
Yep.
I would like to have seen a smoother, more user-oriented segue into the mobile application, right? So the jump was, I mean, the presentation was good and all of that was good, and you said relevant things, It was Arun who presented that, but I would have liked to just a few sentences about the desktop application is one thing, but we know that a lot of traffic comes from mobile. Everybody has a mobile,
Yeah.
so therefore we built a mobile app, and then boom, go into that. So
Yeah.
a little more focus, and also that relates a little bit back to you, Seba, as well, because I think you were like you mentioned the paywall, but I would like to have a good segue to paywall as well, right? So here we have the application, we publish articles, but as a news outlet, we need to make money, and then start to talk about the functionality that is hidden behind the paywall. So a little more, I would say, perhaps a little more business focus and user focus in the way you frame the thing, right? So that is good. I think David, you used the word, and here is the admin page and something like that. So page is a little bit too common. I would prefer to use application and make it very distinct that this is another part of the thing. Just so anyone who is looking at this presentation understands that there is a clear separation between the client that Seva was talking about, the mobile app that Arun spoke, and then the admin interface, which is a completely different application. And definitely not just erase the word page from your vocabulary. I think that in this context, at least, right? A little feedback more to you, David. A little too fast, right? I assume that you were a little nervous, perhaps, or something.
A bit.
Yes. So even here in your part of the presentation, there was a tendency to use internal lingo. Do you understand? Like the way you guys talk about this, and you have to always bear in mind that your audience are, these are not people that are on board on your team. So there are certain expressions, certain lingo that potentially doesn't make much sense to them. Do you understand, right? So just a little step back and look at the project from a user perspective more, and adjust your your language basically to that thing.
Noted.
The analytics page was great. I really love it. There's one thing that I wonder about, those published articles, this published articles diagram. Is that published articles from the editorial staff, or is it backyard articles that didn't came across in your presentation, or is it aggregated?
I think it's just articles, right?
Editorial.
Editorial, yeah.
But so the reason why I reacted to that, because the editorial articles, which I think should be named more. I mean, if you just say articles, it kind of implies it's not narrow enough, in my opinion. So I would switch that language, perhaps editorial articles or whatever, right?
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
then because the backyard stories are a very good name, right? It kind of implies what it is. Perhaps a little more background story into why you call it a backyard article, because it was introduced by Seva already in the beginning of the presentation, but it kind of went. You did say it was user generated, but I had a sense of it left me hanging. Why is it called backyard? Do you understand, right? So a little bit of explanation there. Right. At some point you had Christer. By the way, great work on talking about the tech. You got a little bit sidetracked at the end because I think it was nervousness, but it was really good.
But that is also like how deep you want to go in these things.
Exactly. There was one thing that it kind of struck me, that you on the React Native app, there was this no test, no clue. I was
it is still there.
Yes.
We forgot to take it away. It shouldn't be there.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. Then we don't need to say. I would also say that the 98.5 test coverage was a fantastic mention. It impresses the shit out of me. However, I would potentially do a little bit of more clear segue into that. What is test coverage? You mentioned test-driven development and so on, but like one of the big things, big metrics that we're looking for is to make sure that we have a good process and good quality and test-driven development, yada yada yada. And then I would actually have a slide with 98.5% test coverage, and then also exactly, and then also say out loud that this means that our automated tests are actually using 98% of the application, and also put this in a context that generally speaking in the industry or among people, 80 plus is considered really good, or 90 above is exceptionally well, right? So that the non-technical people in the audience can say that even though they don't perhaps understand what test coverage is, they can go like, wow, these guys are good because 90% is exceptional and they are 98.5. So that's awesome.
That's
now
true.
now let's see. By the way, look, I forgot to say, great intro and very professional. It comes across that you have a corporate background. Out of
It's not my first time.
and don't take this negatively, anyone, but from all of your segments, I would say that the role playing, this is a business presentation, came across best on Luke and on Lucas, actually. You understand? Because Lucas, you finished this off in a very, very nice way with those slides about the positives, the blockers, and the insights. And I already gave you a little bit of feedback on that. That was really, really good way of, as we say in Swedish, knyta ihop säcken, put this all together and give you experiences of all those things. So very, very small adjustments, guys. A little bit more role playing, a little bit more user focus and business focus, and then you can elevate yourself to exceptional heights in these things. And I don't know if anyone watching this presentation will agree with me, but for me personally, it came across very professionally and very, very well prepared and extremely well executed. So I'm really, really happy about this this presentation. Great job, guys. I really be very, very glad, be very, very proud and happy of the work. This was truly amazing. Good.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Good.
Thank you.
No other questions?
Perhaps I'm blinded by your awesomeness, but I don't. I mean, all the things that I could have, like in terms of UI, and all of this stuff. There, of course, there are some small things that I could point out, but there's no need to do that at this point. I think given the circumstances in this particular context, this is truly amazing. It is, as I told you off camera, I've been running this challenge with quite a few cohorts, and you are on top, in the top 3, or definitely top 2, I would say, rather, of deliveries over the years, and so that's truly remarkable. Be very happy about that. So just a quick round in the order that I kind of see you. Let's start with Arun. How did it feel to deliver this?
I think it feels nice. It feels like going, and when we were preparing, it was already feeling nice. Like we are really preparing to present to really like to real company kind of feeling was there. And it's awesome feeling, it's like you feeling for your turn. It's like my turn is coming and you preparing yourself and hearing your colleagues. It's like increasing, I can also do that, yes, and listening to that, what they are saying. And it's like, so I think it is amazing to prepare yourself and to see your colleagues doing well. I think it's amazing. It's a beautiful experience I think it's beautiful.
Awesome. It is beautiful. It's definitely, I agree with that. Kim, you have your camera off. I guess there's a reason for that. But I'm still gonna ask you, how did it feel to present today?
Yeah, it felt nice. Like should say, I have a whole project pretty much now. Like look back at and everything. It's it's nice to have a fully fledged application in a way. And I feel better to present this than if it's just some half-ass shit.
Were you nervous?
Yeah, always.
Is that why you have a camera off today?
No, it's the internet problem. Someone dug off the fiber cable. So I'm using my phone, so it's...
I understand. All right. Fair enough. Christer.
Yeah. I don't know if you've noticed, I don't like to talk so much.
says the northern Swede.
Yeah. Yeah. But like everyone else did good, and I like it. I like the presentation was nice. I just get nervous and I don't like to talk.
Well, I can tell you this: that after this performance, you can take on the role as the I don't know, the head of the municipality in Sorsele. You can deliver great talks and
yeah, but then I just stare at them and nod like.
What do they think is weird if he does talk?
Yeah.
So just to put this in a context for our viewers, Christer here comes from northern part of Sweden, where people tend to act more than speak, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, but so I'm not used to present stuff and talking now. So it's new, but yeah, I'm working on it.
Well, you certainly stepped out of your comfort zone in this one and delivered a very good presentation. Good stuff. All right, let's move over to Lucas.
Yep. It was awesome. Like the combination of three long, intense but fun weeks. It's been a super experience, and I think it is also really nice to have this presentation, and it's just like little role play, put some business lingo into it, because that's also like a very important side of the whole industry. So kind of to take that extra serious in a way, like not just whatever, but try to kind of this is like a client, or how do we present this in a good way? So. I think it's the way that it should be closed, this project. So really cool, really awesome.
Absolutely. Just a quick comment on this. Again, as I said, you did extremely well, and what is also amazing is that you chose a domain that is a bit comical and effed up, right? And yet you were able to speak about this as a real enterprise and a real project, which speaks even more highly of you in my book, because that means that you can be real consultants. Do you understand, right? You can tap into any kind of business, even if it's this, and still get serious about it and see the serious side of the entire enterprise and talk about it in a good way. So that fact that you chose this kind of domain, initially I thought it was like, okay guys, whatever, but now I do appreciate and see the value of that in hindsight, that because you did such a great presentation, for instance. So good job. Thank you very much, Lucas. Seva, let's go over to you. How did it feel to finish this off and present this today?
Oh, it's extremely satisfying. So I also like the time in boot camp is like a really interesting thing, because it feels like we're doing this fake news stuff for the whole of the bootcamp, which is of course in just 3 weeks, but it seems like a very long progress. That so much things changed and everything. It's very satisfying to kind of put some landmark in this process, and I hope that I had more time, spend more time. I had more time, but I wish I spent more time just preparing it a little bit, so I have this bit more smooth stuff, because to be honest, there were quite a lot of improvisation there, but still, it's I still find it I'm happy what I achieved, and I'm happy with the presentation. I think it's good,
and you should be, absolutely. And the fact that you see that with more preparation you could have done even better. Do you understand? That speaks also highly of you and everybody else, because it's all about the learning experience. There's a comfort zone that we have to step out from, and the more we do with good preparation and good, I mean, sometimes you can't prepare for stuff, right? So improvisation is good, but take that with you to the next presentation, and there is one coming up in 2.5 weeks. So
Yes.
That's going to be amazing.
And it's not going to be like money's not there. I agree with that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, David, let's hear it from you. How do you feel?
It went crazy good. I take constructive criticism very well. I mean, it's good that you said it. You saw it. I mean, I was very in the comfort zone, as we say. But then I remember that this is being recorded and it will be in the internet like for just forever, maybe. And I started to, this is, yeah, during my presentation. But yeah, I have to just turn off my mind and just concentrate on the stuff, because there was a couple of things to say and I didn't say it either. So yeah, but overall it was crazy nice, crazy good. It was better than Netflix one we did, and 1,000 times better than a slow food.
Don't mention that one.
Don't mention
Yeah, it's really nice to see what we made in 3 weeks as a team. This is like kind of our baby, and we are presenting it kind of. So it's this really interesting and fun to see this. Like, it works. We made it. Yes.
Yes. Exactly. Thank you very much, David.
Thank you.
Let's head over to Luke finally.
Yeah, I mean, these 3 weeks have been intense, emotional in some sort of way, stressful. I mean, I think when we started, like the fake news thing, like you said, it was like, oh, let's have a bit of fun with it, and then it's turned into, like, I think the last 2 weeks we retreated it like an actual sort of like business proposal. We've been sort of constructive to each other. We've said to each other when things, we don't, maybe not do that, do this, and we've all taken it in our stride of it. Actually, it's just for the betterment of the application, not saying that someone's doing something wrong. And I think that's just a point to how we've all developed as people through the course. And this has been a really fun thing to do. And I'm really looking forward to the next project, which is an actual business proposal, or should be an actual business proposal. And yeah, it's been really fun. And like David said, it's our baby in some sort of way. And and then going back to sort of the presentation thing, like sort of like for you other guys that maybe don't like have the experience I have with presenting things, always remember that you probably know more about the subject than the person you're telling it to. So if something goes wrong or you say something wrong, they don't know. So most of the time, Thomas obviously knows because he knows
This dude
coding,
knows.
but it's that sort of aspect of going like, okay, I know what I'm doing. They don't. If I fuck up a little, they might not notice. Just keep going, taking your stride, and just breathe.
Yeah,
and it's the best way. We've come a long way, and I'm really looking forward to these next 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Absolutely. It's just to wrap up, the agile way works. I think that you are a living proof of the fact that, if we didn't plan enough and with us in a specific mindset and with a specific process, that you wouldn't have been able to get into this state. I haven't counted your PRs, but I think you're up over 100 and something, or on the four repos. This means that you've been going over these processes that we talk about over and over and over again. And I've seen the quality of your code reviews, your commits and PRs, and the way you approach things becoming better and better. I think, Lucas, you mentioned that in another meeting where your PRs have become smaller, well scoped, because it's better to get a few smaller PRs merged in a day than one every other day that is huge, humongous, and hard to review, and so on. So, I mean, there's so many things to say about the agile approach and the extreme programming techniques and best practices that you've been using, but it's all about experience, and by delivering this project, the way you did it, you have built an enormous portfolio of experiences and skills that will prove useful in the next one, and also once you graduate from Craft Academy Bootcamp and become professional developers employed by an organization. That wraps it up for us, gentlemen. I will
Awesome.
post this, of course, on YouTube. The links to the repositories are down below. Yeah, I'm supposed to say this shit, right? So it's down below with comments. Leave some nice comments to the guys. They are up for grabs, graduates of Craft Academy. And there is a final presentation coming up in 2.5 weeks. It depends on when you're watching this recording, but on June 19th at 1400 hours UTC +2, the Central European Summertime, we will be hosting a live event, and this one will be streamed live on Twitch, and there will be the list of guests is growing because the client of ours is a fairly well-known persona in Gothenburg, and he will invite a lot of people. So either live on Twitch or live on
I
Google
shouldn't
Meet,
talk.
and you should talk even more, Christer. You should talk even more.
Do you want the gig?
I need you to embrace. One thing that I need from you is to embrace the northern accent and then emphasize that a little more, So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. We're gonna chat along a little bit afterwards, but thank you, YouTube. See you later.